Good day everyone, I am Sir John. We are now on the last topic on the operations on integers, and that is division of integers. You will learn the rules in dividing integers. Before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell for you to be updated of my upcoming videos. Today, I will teach you on how to divide integers. Let's recall the parts in the division sentence. Example, we have 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. 8 is the dividend, the number being divided. 2 is the divisor, the number being divided into something. And 4 is the quotient, which is the answer when we divide. Division is also written in some other ways. We can have this: 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. 15 is the dividend, 3 is the divisor, and 5 is the quotient. Or division can be written this way: 20 divided by 2 is equal to 10. 20 is the dividend, 2 is the divisor, and 10 is the quotient. There are rules that we need to follow when dividing integers. One is, when you divide two integers with the same sign, the quotient is positive. That means, when you divide a positive number by a positive number, the answer is positive. Or when a negative number divided by a negative number, the answer is positive. Let's have examples. Positive 4 divided by positive 2. The two numbers have the same sign, which is positive. In the rule, when you divide two integers with the same sign, the answer is positive. So the quotient here is positive 2. Another example, positive 25 divided by positive 5. The answer is positive 5. Negative 8 divided by negative 1. The two numbers are all negative, so the answer is positive, and that is positive 8. Another example, negative 14 divided by negative 7. The answer is positive 2, because the two numbers being divided have the same sign, which is negative. Last example, we have negative 30 divided by negative 3. The two numbers have the same sign, which is negative, so the quotient is positive, and the answer is positive 10. Another rule is, when you divide two integers with different signs, the quotient is negative. That means, when a positive number divided by a negative number, the quotient is negative. When a negative number divided by a positive number, then the quotient is negative. Let's have examples. Positive 30 divided by negative 6. The two numbers have different signs. One is positive and the other one is negative. So the quotient is negative, and that is negative 5. Another example, positive 12 divided by negative 2. The answer is negative 6. Negative 10 divided by positive 5. The answer is negative 2. Negative 32 divided by 8 is equal to, yes, negative 4. Positive 70 divided by negative 7 is equal to negative 10. As you can see in the examples, one is positive and the other one is negative. That is why our quotient is negative. Another rule is, when you divide 0 by any number, the quotient is always 0. That means when you divide 0 by a positive number, the quotient is 0. When 0 divided by a negative number, the quotient still 0. But be careful of this. When you divide any number by 0, it is undefined or indeterminate. That means, if a positive number divided by 0, it is undefined. Or a negative number divided by 0, it is also undefined. Again, let's recall all the rules of dividing integers. First, when you divide integers with the same sign, the quotient is positive. Second rule, when you divide two integers with different signs, the quotient is negative. The third rule is, when you divide 0 by any number, the quotient is always 0. Let's have exercises. Positive 16 divided by positive 8. What do you think is the quotient? You're right. That is positive 2. As you can see, the two numbers have the same sign. That's why our quotient is positive. How about this? Positive 21 divided by negative 3. What do you think is the quotient? Very good. That is negative 7. As you can see, the two integers being divided have different signs. That is why our quotient is negative. How about this? Negative 100 divided by negative 25. What do you think is the quotient? You're right. Positive 4. As you can see, the two numbers have the same sign. That is why our quotient is positive. Let's try this. The dividend is missing. What do you think is the number in our dividend? When we divide it by 7, the quotient is negative 6. Very good. The answer is negative 42. Why negative 42? As you can see, the quotient is negative. So this gives us clue that one of the numbers is negative and the other number is positive, or simply the two numbers must have different signs. That is why our quotient is negative. Then 42 divided by 7 is equal to 6. How about this? This time, the divisor is missing. What do you think is the number, so that if we will use this number to divide negative 45, the answer is 5? You're right. That is negative 9. As you can see, the quotient is positive. So this gives us clue that the two numbers must have the same sign. So our divisor must be negative. Then 45 divided by 9 is equal to 5. That's all about dividing integers. There are rules that you need to follow in dividing integers. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell for you to be updated of the upcoming videos. If you like this video, click like, put good comment, and share it to others. Until next time, goodbye!